Recently, I was listening to one of the TED Talk videos on the psychology of career change. In that video, the speaker talks about several points, which is quite important, and I would like to share with it you. So, in the first, I would like to address about where this idea of career decisions came from. The speaker said to us that since the beginning of industrial revolution, when people from rural areas coming to urban areas to take a new life, to take a new jobs, and that time there was no any idea of passion or following your passion. And in that time in the urban areas, rural people were hired by companies to fight in the war at the time of 1914 15, at the time of World War First, and then after World War Second. And after the ending of World War Second, people were looking at the opportunities of their life, and they were not just concentrating their life on becoming a soldier to fighting their country. They were looking at a diverse job, and in that same time, people were looking at the plan of retirement. But if you look at the before time of World War Second, people were not take much concern of the retiring plan. They work their lifetime. It is that post World War Second when people started to look at that what will we do after retirement, that after 60 or after 50 in some case. So, and people also started to give their children a diversified ideas of careers. And in that time there were a handful of jobs which is considered as a job of uh, a job of reputation, a job of good salary, and a good lifetime investment for your children. So people would look at it, and it is unfortunate for India that still India's 80 to 90% of youth will look at some of the handful jobs, whether it is JEE, mains or advanced, or medical, that is NEET, or in defense services, or in government exams. They didn't look up for any making any new startups or doing any starting any applications or any something like what we have seen in Israel. Israel is called as the national startup of the world, and this is not the 100% problem or issue of the children of India. This is what they learned from their very school time. They didn't told by their teachers and their parents even that there are diversified jobs. There are thousands of jobs whom you can choose, but instead they are told by their teachers who didn't have any idea of how to take a career jobs, who also became a victim of going to taking any jobs, whether it is engineering or teaching or anything else. So they don't have any, and they put their same idea into the brain of a student and calling it as their sole motive of life. They didn't teach you financial education or much of them. So coming back to our topic, to choosing your career, because a report says that a man one third of his age were invested in working. So you must choose your work wisely, that you can that you will happily or perhaps satisfactory you will spend your life in working. And of that that a speaker gives one of the clear reasons, which is self-awareness. If you don't have aware of yourself, if you don't have any idea that what are the things that I really admire, that I really like in my teenage or even in my 20s, that would be maybe become a fundamental reason for choosing your career. Like if someone is expert in debate in their 20s, if someone is expert in giving a rational answers, then there is a chance that he or she can apply for becoming a lawyer or becoming a journalist. So if you look at your 20s, if you have a self-awareness of yourself, if you have an idea that what are the career patterns that I really like, what are the things that is quite a bit different, which makes me different from group of people, then that it will be good for you to easily choose a career. And then coming to the next question is that there is a time came when you, I hope that you choose your career according to your passion, and in that career, just for example, you become a writer. Then after a decade perhaps, you will find it a burden work that you are writing for your survival. Although if I'm writing something like I also wrote something, my feelings, my thoughts, in my copy, in my notebook, then I can assure you that you didn't feel burdened. But if in case you feel burdened by choosing your career as a writer, then be sure of that there is no any career in for anybody, that you didn't feel any burden, that you didn't feel the workload. But that I think I can assure you that one thing that will keep you happy, that will keep you satisfied, is that you will say to yourself that this is the same career that I have made for, uh, that resembles my qualities, and you will able to choose that particular career, and it is your decision to choose that particular career. So it will be helpful for you, I think. And in the end, I would like to say the one of the quote of a diplomat, or perhaps an Italian diplomat, Marcus Tullius Cicero. He said, "We must decide what manner of men we wish to be, and what calling in life we would follow. And this is the most difficult problem in the world," he said. Uh, he tried to say that we have two options. First option is that we tend to choose the career, the path, the life that we want to live. And on this other hand, we have a career that was imposed by our parents, that was imposed by our so-called teachers and gurus and mentor and society. So we have to choose between them, and you need to be self-aware of yourself. You need to be give importance to yourself, to give importance to yourself, your life, to choose a career. And he said this is the most difficult problem in the world. I think this is difficult for those who thought very much of their of their society, not of himself, because ultimately it is the people who make society. Thank you very much.